It's getting late on into the evening, and so I'm going to do a little bit of baking. I'm going to make cookies, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to make cookies with ghee, which is the butter that has been melted and the fat or the milk solids have separated. So that's ghee. I'll be using that, and I'll be using jaggery as my sugar. I also went through my cupboards and I was looking for something like nuts or raisins, and I have none. I didn't purchase any further ones. So I did find something though. I found rolled oats, and I found maple rolled oats, one package, and I found one package of apple rolled oats. I'm going to try to be creative. I have no raisins left. I have no walnuts left, anything like that. But I wanted to make cookies, and I wanted to make cookies, healthy cookies. And I'm going to be using the ginger, which is anti-inflammatory. I'm going to be using the pepper, which helps with absorption of nutrients, okay, and the ginger. And I've got baking soda. I've got some jaggery, which is East Indian sugar, which is a lower sugar content than refined sugar. I've also got some butter, um, grass-fed organic butter. So I have that. I have eggs, organic eggs. They cost me a little pretty penny. So the eggs, and I did find two things of rolled oats in the cupboard. Now I do have rolled oats in the cupboard that I can boil and have for cereal. But I thought, well, this is kind of neat. They've been sitting in the cupboard for a while, so might as well use them. And one is, I think this one is maple and brown sugar, okay? And then this one is apple and cinnamon. And it's instant oatmeal. So, I'm kind of thinking what I could do is I could combine the two and I could make uh, apple, cinnamon, maple, ginger cookies. I thought, well, this will give it texture. It'll give it a little bit of texture to the cookies, so kind of like a rough, right? And then the spices. So I was kind of thinking that's a good idea. We're going to give it a shot and see how it turns out. And that's what happens when you have to be creative when you're cooking. So one egg. I'm going to break one egg into the dish. Now I'm going to have to turn you down so you can actually see what I'm doing. So we got one egg, and I need some jaggery. So I'm going to get where's my spoon? So I've got my spoon. So we're going to get some jaggery in there. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to mix it up first. I should have broken my egg first, but I'm going to put about a quarter cup of the ghee in. Yeah, so that's plenty. Okay, so I'm going to have to put some more sugar in there. And that is why I will not. So that's about a cup of sugar. That is why I will not do the other sugar, because when I use the other sugar, I'm kind of like double loading, right? I'm kind of double loading. So I actually had to go and get some tea bags off my neighbor because I ran out of tea bags, and I don't want to drink coffee at night, but I wanted to have a drink, tea with the cookie after I'm done cooking. So, I mean, but then I think it's so late at night, and I want to have a cookie. I don't know. Anyhow, so we're gonna mix this up, right? Give it a good mix, and then what I'm gonna do is I'm just basically gonna dump the whole content of this into the cookie mix. And I might even give some of these to the lady who actually gave me the tea bags. So we'll see. Yeah, it smells good. It's been in the storage for a little while, but we're gonna put that in, and then I'm gonna open the maple walnut one, and we're gonna put that in. They're gonna have a mixture of apple and maple walnut, right? So there we go. So, and then we'll just add the baking soda, and the flour. Now, I am going to have to use the flour that's inflammatory. I'm going to have to use the white flour um, because I finished the gluten flour that I had the other day. I actually wasted 2 cups of it, and so I don't have any left. But that's what it looks like. Okay, so now we're going to put one teaspoon of baking soda. There's my oven's just preheated, so 1 level teaspoon of baking soda and some of my inflammatory flour. Oh well, it is what it is, eh? So we're going to put about 1/4 cup to start. That's about 1/4 cup. We're just going to mix that around. I don't know if you can even see what I'm doing there. So I basically I wouldn't even have to really use the ginger, which I have here. So I wouldn't really have to use it. I'm not really sure if I will. It all depends how these turn out. I might try a couple just like this to see how they turn out. And, you know, if they turn out good, then let's see. Oh, they smell so good. I don't think I'm going to need to put ginger in it. Yeah, I don't think so. But I gotta make it so it goes into a ball. Yeah. We'll see how these turn. Yep. And if I can remember what recipe I used, I will put it on a card on the video. We'll see. Yeah, so as I was saying, sorry, I have to do this. As I was saying, when I went downstairs to see if I could get some tea bags, um, my neighbors were leaving and they were going to an activity um, for the church. So they belong to a church, and the church has ladies' night. It has groups like that. Now, I'm 63 years old, and I've been finding that I find the time because I'm disabled, right? I'm not able to go out and work a full time job. Uh, I'm finding the hours very long, um, and I think that contributes to my memory. I think that contributes to the fact that I am having a loss of memory many times, like little things. I'll forget little things, right? So, and you know, if you don't use it, you lose it. And I'm a strong believer in that. So, the truth is that I'm finding that I am lonely. So I'm going to need to join a group, whether it be a fitness group, and I was going to join a group, but I ran out of the funds, so I didn't have the money to get um, into any program, and that's why I was walking the 8 kilometers. But I think I might try to get into a swimming group or something of the sort, and to see if just to have a group of people to do stuff with. So I was kind of thinking that would be that would be a good step to take. So I'm going to look into it. I did ask the ladies if the next time, and it's a church group, right? So, and a lot of the times you run into problems with different belief systems and different ideologies. And, I'm open. I'm open to that. I'm open to different viewpoints. I'm open to different religions. I'm open to different cultures, different genders, different ideologies. I'm open. I'm very open to that. And I don't mind listening, but well, all I'm saying is that I don't mind listening to your point of view, and I don't mind being open minded and understanding where another person is coming from. I have no problem with that. What I do have a problem with is if it is forced on me. If it's forced on me, or if I feel like I'm going to be judged for my lack of knowledge in that area. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I don't want to get involved in that type of ideology. So, yeah, so I was kind of thinking that it would be nice to join a group, to have a group of friends, a support group of peers, right? So, you know, we'll see how that turns out. But definitely, I'm going to go to one of the ladies' meetings, and I'm going to see if, I mean, maybe that'll be something for me. Okay, so going to make the little balls, and then we're going to put it in the oven, and we're going to see how it turns out. Now, the inflammatory part of these cookies is going to be the white flour, but I ran out of the chickpea flour. No, it was brown rice flour I had, and I made a mistake with it. And I tried to make bread that would rise with gluten-free bread, and that's very hard to do. You have to do it in specific way. You have to either add what did they add to it? Citric acid? Something? They added something to it. Vinegar. They put vinegar in it. So vinegar helped it to rise, and they had additional yeast. Instead of just having one packet of yeast, I would have had to use like two or three, right? So yeah, so I wasted all that flour. It basically went in the garbage, which was sad, especially on a budget. So I don't have the funds to get more brown rice flour. I have to wait till it goes on sale and when I have the funds available. So we'll see what happens with that, but it is what it is, right? It is what it is. But these might turn out because, you know, I'm kind of using up the stuff I have at home. So those little packet of the instant Quaker oats, and you know what else you could do with them is I do have instant muffin mix. And I could add them, the packets of the rolled oats, I could add them to the instant muffin mix, and it would give it that either maple walnut, or you could have, as I had, the apple cinnamon. So, you know, you could make plain muffins into tasty muffins, right? So it is what it is. Sometimes you just have to be creative, right? So we're going to see how these turn out. I've got it's going to make quite a bit, I think. They're going to be pretty big too. I'm not going to make them really tiny this time. Usually I make them tiny and then I can put them in my little containers on my kitchen cupboard. But yeah, so we'll see. These are going to be, I don't think these ones are going to be as crispy as my normal ones do. So I might have to make some ginger crisps earlier or later on during the week, but these are just going to be a little snack, and I'm going to maybe package them up and give them to the lady who actually gave me the tea bags. She actually gave me a couple of tea bags, so I'd have a little treat for tonight. And yeah, so I'm going to package up a few of the cookies and have them ready for them when they get back from their meeting. So I'll see you shortly. So good old parchment paper, and I'm going to take and put some out. I can never cut it even, like I said. Oh wow. Oh well. Well, I'm past the point of caring. There. So I'm just gonna lay some of these on, and we're gonna see how they turn out. And a fork. I need a fork. Where did I put that fork I have? There it is. Okay. Okay. You're watching. You can even see. Okay. Now I'm not sure if these are going to be crisp because I didn't use as much butter on them, but I can always make my ginger crisps later. So this is what they look like. And now I'm going to make my tea. So it smells wonderful, absolutely wonderful. You're not going to believe. And it looks good. So look. And that's got jaggery, it's got ghee, it's got, well, white flour. It has the maple walnut, what is it, maple walnut and apple cinnamon instant packets of oatmeal. And Oh, it smells good. So we're going to cool it down. We're going to put it on the cooling rack here, and I'll put the rest in. So we'll see. Actually, I think I'm just going to get another piece of parchment paper. Usually what I do is I use the same one, but I don't feel like doing that tonight, so. Well, they smell so good. So good. So the last one is ready to go in, and I think I have 20 cookies altogether. But they're a large size cookie, not normally. Normally I have the smaller size, so I'll show you what these ones turned out like. Look at that. Perfect on both sides. Yeah. Yeah. So should I give it a try? Let's give it. So the cookies are done. They turned out really good. Yeah, they turned out really good. So I'm going to give one a taste. We'll see how they are. And they're actually crispy. I didn't think they'd be crispy, but let's give it a try. Let's give it a try. It's pretty good. If you have any of those instant rolled oats that you can purchase at the store, and if you find that you don't like certain ones, throw it in with some cookies. Because you know what? I'm not really up on the was it apple spice rolled oats? But in here, it tastes really good. Mm-hmm. So, anyway, have a good night, and I'll see you on the next one. The good Lord be willing. Good night.